Good evening and welcome back to the Nexus Gaming Series. I am your caster, Bahamut. On the left-hand side, we got the members of Yikes S tier, and on the right is going to be n0b0, Esprouts. This is a a heroic division matchup for the Nexus Gaming Series, and it's going to be a best of 3. Thank you all so much for joining me. If you're sitting at home and you just played Teamfight Tactics and you got a little too greedy with all of your items, don't worry. I got you covered. I'll tell you how we got to this map. The home team this evening. Hey, Kellyo, how you doing? I'm sorry that I get that feeling too. Like I've hung on to something. I'm just like, I should just sell this and just move on. I get that feeling. I'm glad you had fun though. I'm glad you're having fun with the game. The home team this evening is going to be Yikes S tier. They went ahead and lost the coin flip. n0b0 Esprouts opted for first pick in our first game. Braxis Holdout and Alterac Pass are going to be banned out by them. Volskaya and Towers of Doom will be banned out by Yikes S tier and Dragonshire to be our first map chosen by the members of Yikes S tier. Let's get back into our draft. I actually quickly want to close my window because it's dark out and I don't want to blind my neighbors with a bunch of lights. So hold on one second. I need to minimize things and... Of course I have to burp too. Slip. Hell yeah, Bahamut thank you for casting. You're welcome. You're welcome, my dude. I'm way too greedy with wait, what is he talking about? What's up, Jason? How you doing? Items from Teamfight Tactics. Kaleo messaged or said something about it. Jainaban? Alright. Let's get into this draft, because we haven't talked about this at all. We're on Dragonshire. We've got Joanna, Li Ming, Anduin on the right-hand side. A ban onto the Junkrat and the Sylvanas. No priority onto Zeratul whatsoever throughout the heroic division this evening. Zeratul has just been like, no, don't care. We do have a Jaina, Anna, and Chen going to be banned on the left-hand side, that ETC Rainer. Now, with the ETC Rainer, they're going to be looking for some more blow-up. They also need a solo lane and a support. And they've got this on the right-hand side, at least support-wise for themselves. They can probably prioritize something like a Stukov would be great here. Alex Strauss is a great option. Taranda's still in the running as well. Pairs well into that Rainer as well with that stun. And yeah, I like the Taranda ban. I like the Taranda ban. Chair stream brought to you by DX. Yeah. Yeah. It's yeah. Kaleo said something right as we were going live into this match about his Teamfight Tactics, and I was like, all right, perfect. That's gonna be my transition. I'm trying to get better at those. We do have a Lunara and a Deckard Cain coming out from... It's a good Zeratul map. I agree. So is she good? How you doing, my friend? Thanks for coming by. With this... I mean, this draft overall is really, really strong. I'm trying to think. They need a solo laner to go into... They don't know what they're going into. Maybe you go for Imperius here, or you go for the Dahaka. This is a map where we do see a decent priority onto the Dahaka, and then some more damage. Like a Greymane would pair well into the Li Ming dive-wise. Yeah. I like this. I like this a ton. These two little boys, I can't pull... There we go. This boy and this boy are really, really good at... That was just a really good pairing. Greymane into Li Ming, resets dive, strong potential, able to get camps, able to cycle around and get into that back line. Dahaka strong on the solo lane and that top lane, as well as to be able to get into the bottom. Yrel will be picked up here on the left-hand side to round out the draft, and I think her into the Dahaka is a really, really good control matchup. It's going to be slow. I don't think anyone's going to dominate overall between those two. I think it's going to be pretty back and forth. Dahaka does have some decent self-sustain, and so does Yrel, but I'd say it's more so on the Dahaka side. Richard Gere, I was watching him about my car and noticed that you added me for a question. Oh, what team are you on? Oh, okay. Alrighty. Sorry, I'm just making sure I'm not missing things because I saw that there was a bunch of messages. Yeah. I got pinged by a bunch of different things. Okay. Whew. Alright, we're getting into it. Game number 1. On a quick note, if you are a Dota Underlords fan, tomorrow I'll be casting over on the Underlords Pro Twitch channel for their first playoffs. Yeah, I guess yeah. It's their first championship. Like they have like $175 prize pool. 100 goes to first place. 50 to second. 25 to third, I think. So if you like Dota Underlords Pro, you're interested in catching that, it's going to be me and Zex going ahead and casting that tomorrow. It's at 4 o'clock PDT or 7 o'clock if you're on the East Coast. That's enough plug-in for now. We got ourselves a game. On the left-hand side, we got the members of Yikes S tier. John Knight is going to be on the Urel. Mason Blaze will be on the Rainer. Jet's going to be on that Lunara. Kubiko is going to be on the Deckard Cain. And Shredded Oof is going to be on the ETC. On the right-hand side, we've got the members of n0b0 Esprouts. We've got Thistle going to be on the Dancing Greymane right there. That's just such a... Thank you. I love that dance. Yanners is going to be on the Li Ming. Virtuoso is going to be on the... Joanna right there, and Bernie Byrne is going to be on the Anduin in... Where did the Dahaka go? Oh, I thought I saw them brushstroke right there. Ray will be on that Dahaka. Let's go ahead and check out all of our level 1 talents here. Proc Rock for the ETC. Tissue Regeneration for the Dahaka right there. So far, pretty much the standards what you'd expect across the board here, as well as that Sentinel Wisp for the Li Ming. Power Slide from the ETC is really good right there, able to put in a good amount of damage, and they're going to have to back off right at the end. And now they rotate back down into bottom lane, and this is going to be pretty much the matchups. I would assume this is going to be a 4-member rotation between lanes, as Shredded Oof is going to be anchoring for the team and also anchoring a lot of that damage in the back. Can you just imagine trying to rotate through lane and then you just get hit with a gigantic mirror ball? Like, that arcane orb, no thank you. Is there season standings for NGS? Yeah, I believe they have standings on their website. I think it's nexusgamingseries.com. There might be a command in my chat for !NGS, and that might give you the website. I don't know if I updated to their proper new one. I might be wrong on that, but if you are looking for standings, you can find it on their website right there. This is going to be the camp invaded on, but they don't seem to be able to steal it away, and that's going to be Shredded Oof able to grab it, and they lose 2 members during all of that. That's going to be Anduin and Greymane going down. Power Slide from ETC, but they don't get the that last little bit of Joanna's foot right there. And now, do they go for the camp on the right-hand side themselves? They got a free one right now, pushing into bottom lane. Dragon Shrine Altars will be popped up and ready to go. They couldn't pick up a Dragonite if they so choose. Mason Blaze will be rotating over here and grabbing the Bruiser Camp with the help of Jet. And now let's go ahead and peek back into our bottom lane. The one thing I didn't do, I don't think I set up the player vision correctly. Yeah, there we go. We got player vision now. That way we can actually do this and get an idea of what it looks like for the members of n0b0 Esprouts. I'm going to say esports right afterwards at some point, but they have the potential for the channel. They are going to be seeing a camp being picked up on the left-hand side. Thistle going to be trying to go for the channel, maybe trying to get someone to spend an ability, but John Knight is going to be on the point here, getting this channel back over to the halfway, and they will be able to stall it out for now. Sentinel Wisp going to be coming up here. Something to highlight on the Sentinel Wisp as well. Let me just jump onto the Lunara really quickly. So here's the vision for the Sentinel. Oh, it dies. Never mind. Of course, when I want to highlight it, it's gone down the... Oh, Li Ming has left the game. Do we get a pause? Yeah. Welcome back, everybody. Let me just get all those 323s in chat. And I see all you schmucks in here. Down the best healer on the NA server because he doesn't play competitively. Seems good. Yeah. Obviously, if you don't play competitively, you're not good. That's it. Everyone knows this. 323 translation, please. Back in the day. Back in the day. A long time ago, there was a pause in game, and the observer, the in-game observer or I think it was, I wasn't sure if it was the in-game observer or if it's the admin. Somebody dropped their keyboard essentially, and it hit 323, and so that just became the meme. There's a whole article, yeah. But essentially, the long and short of it, there's a keyboard that fell, 323 entered it in chat, all the players saw it, and everyone, I believe, on stream saw it, so it just became a thing. Let me see, I might be able to, while we're in this pause, I might as well try and find the article. Origin of 323 HOTS. It's okay. Chat is scaling. What is 323? There's a Reddit thread. Of course there is. Observer controlling the cannon randomly opened up a chat. Oh, wait, what? Opened all chat and typed 323 in the game and then paused for 5 minutes? Oh, wait. I had it wrong. Oh, sorry. We're talking about things here. All right, we're back into this. Let's go ahead and jump into it. Just fight, and just fight appears right now. Wasn't it an observer that hit a competitive match or pause? Yeah. There's, if you Google like 323 Heroes of the Storm, you'll get like, there's a Reddit thread, and I guess it was actually someone like, they actually typed it in and then paused it. I thought it was an accidental pause. Either way. There's a really good, so the observer typed 323 by mistake, and the game was paused for a really long time, and the game resumed. Winning team through the game. Yes, thank you. Kaleo got me. Thank you, Kaleo. I had it wrong. I thought it was like an accidental, and then I was saying, how does a keyboard fall to the ground, hit enter, hit 323, and then hit enter again? I'm like, that's not right. I'm misremembering this. But we do have our 6 talents for both these sides. We are going to be having channel potential for this Dragonite here on the side of. Oh my god, I wanted to say Keanu Reeves, Yikes S tier. There we go. We're in the right game. We're getting our momentum back here. Righteous momentum for the Urel right now. No Divine Steed or Avenging Wrath. Or Holy Avenger, I think it is actually. Because I think that gives armor. No, this gives armor to. This is the cooldown reduction, which I've seen teams go for, so that way you can just stomp around with the Aegis of Light. Ray gonna be in this bush because the tongue drag. Like how it's just Shredditive is like, all right, cool, I'm gonna get me a Dragonite, and then all of a sudden you're just tongue dragged into a bush away. It's just like, no, please, I just wanted to get the Dragonite and run around as a giant Dragon Knight. They're going to be moving on into this mid lane, and I think they should be able to go for the channel. Unfortunately, with everyone in mid, Virtuoso is going to be able to jump into this bottom and say, cool, I'm on the point. You won't be able to get this channel for now. Top is going to be held over by the Urel, and they're going to be coming up here to make sure this camp gets cleared out as well. So far, a lot of back and forth. Dragonshire... a team that's really strong on Dragonshire will really start to run ahead away from the enemy side, and I would say that this is so far a pretty balanced game. A lot of good decisions coming out from both teams, trying to force them into lanes, trying to force them out of potential Dragonite pickups, as well as splitting the enemy team. Virtuoso doing a great job of just anchoring right now inside all of this damage, and gonna get hit with that Chastise, but Yawners with these Li Ming combos are doing great. I think it was accidental, actually. People say 3-2-3 during the game pause because of a joke about winning team getting the throw game. Ah, yes. In a quantum reality, 2 enters were sent in one fall. Yeah, absolutely. Keanu Reeves tier. Mason Blaze is there for the channel. Thistle not able to get there in time, and first Dragonite goes over in favor for the members of Yikes S tier. Anduin with the leap of faith. Can they get Virtuoso out? Unfortunately not, and they managed to pick up a kill with it. 10-0, excuse me, 10-8. We have Sacred Ground? I have to say, I think this is the first and only Sacred Ground game I've ever casted. Okay, that's interesting. 69 viewers. Nice. Thank you everyone who's here and cheering on these teams and hanging out and watching. I really do appreciate it. Hot, nice, butts. I should have read chat in that order. ETC steps forward right there. They actually did utilize the mosh pit for a second, but it got knocked out. They managed to take a 4 here. Yikes S tier doing really good with their first Dragonite of the game. Meanwhile, Dahaka's still making sure that experience is coming in for the friendly team. Going to be able to go ahead and get this experience, push out this lane a little bit further, and find the friendly team. They're level 10s. Lord NATO for the Decker Cane as well. No stay a while and listen to pair into that ETC mosh pit. Okay. All right. Yikes tier, Yikes S tier, I see you. Let's see it happen. On the opposing side, coming out from n0b0 Esprouts. Oh, Light Bomb Falling Sword combo. Chat. Somebody ruined it. Falling Sword For the Joanna with the light bomb. We actually had a chat about this I would say like last week. We had a whole conversation about, you know, do you take the Joanna with the falling sword light bomb? I think I was actually asking Fury about it. No, that doesn't sound right. I asked someone who was like really high tier in play about, and I can't remember who it was off the top of my head. I'm drawing a blank right now. But either way, we were asking about that, and they were just like, you just Genji light bomb. Like, you don't need to Joanna falling sword because you don't have Blessed Shield anymore. And now we are going to be seeing this fight break out. Hyperion did come out as well. They forced a few members around, Lornado to separate them, and Ray trying to make their way out. These leaping strikes so very good. The leap of faith from Anduin will keep their Dahaka safe. Divine Star for the healing for them, and Thistle so very low, can't get the Razor Swipe out in time. Can Shredded Oof make it out just fine? The Anduin doesn't find enough healing, and Bernie Burn is not able to get the kill onto the ETC, who makes that alive with just some 100 health right there, getting healed up by the friendly. Decker, I couldn't see Decker Kane. I was like, wait, is Decker Kane dead? No, by the friendly Decker Kane. I didn't think it was that funny, but your reaction just broke me. NA Fury over EU Fury. Hey now, region doesn't matter. It's all about skill. That's it. I feel like that is going to get clipped, and I'm going to see it in my Discord, and then I'm going to just have to make it into a sound clip, and then just make it an OBS, or yeah, we're just going to have to make that a sound clip at some point. All the Furies are good. They're all better than me, I'll say that. Let's cycle through some numbers here. Let's see what it looks like damage-wise, healing-wise, and experience as well. Second Dragonite phase is going to be up and available in this game. First one did go over to the members of n0b0 Esprouts. We can see if they're able to pick it up here, as we do have John Knight jumping up in this top lane to 1v1 Ray. And we'll see. Let's actually focus on this Dahaka matchup. We'll keep an eye on minimap, but there's not much happening down there. And so we'll just wait and see, pushing them around a little bit. Force them off point. They do have the potential for the channel for the Dragonite, but meanwhile, the friendly team is all in bottom lane, pushing out down here. No 13 talent here on the opposing side, so they're trying to take advantage of this as quickly as possible. Brush Talk from the Dahaka right there. Light Bomb comes out, as well as the Falling Sword right afterwards. Decker Kane does go down. Ooh, that's a nice isolation onto the ETC, and they really punish this extension. I don't know if I would call it an overextension per se, but definitely it was an extension. Yeah, it was an overextension, I think, a little bit in lane. They had the camp there for a little bit. They had that 13 talent tier over their enemy side. I think I said 16 by accident. My apologies. But they did have a talent tier over the enemy side, and that really... Falling Sword in minion way for the win? Absolutely. Y'all about to see a Falling Sword right now. I'm watching it on stream. I actually thought the Light Bomb Falling Sword, it went off like early, which is kind of worked out for them really good. They had a double stun, and this Dragonite is mostly denial. It's denial from taking it from the enemy team, but it's also the enemy team is doing a great job of denying them any value with this Dragonite. Granted, everyone's back up and available. 30-some seconds left on this Dragonite right now. 15.5 in favor for the members of n0b0 Esprouts, and they're going to try and push into this mid lane a little bit further. Look for that 16. Kick onto Anduin right there. Just go cry and heal the Alliance, race back up, and you can come back and play with the big boys. Sorry, I just was... Region doesn't matter. Tips Fedora. How many international titles does EU have in HOTS? Hey now. The one for NA, in my opinion, is it's a giant asterisk, the one for NA. If you go back to that BlizzCon where Cloud9 beat, was it Tempest? That doesn't sound right. Whoever they beat, like, there was kind of an asterisk because a lot of the players from one of the dominant, I think it was Chinese teams at that time, because Korea didn't have or wasn't in the league, but it was a really dominant Chinese team that couldn't make it to the US because of visa issues, so they ended up like putting together a team, like just from anyone who I think could make it, or it was like, I don't remember the details because it was like 4 years ago at this point, somewhere around there, but there's an asterisk there for me, okay? I'll say it. It was still a great performance. Like, I'm not saying that the games were bad whatsoever, but it was, you know, like, that'd be like saying, like, Gen G couldn't make it to the event, so, and then NA wins. It's like, well, if Gen G didn't make it, like, yeah, like, no one has to deal with them. Granted, Dignitas would have then just taken it. Like, if Gen G or MVP Black, whatever they were at the time, if they weren't the squad that they were, I think Dignitas would have dominated dominated the HOTS regionally. Absolutely. Like, they were top tier, in my opinion. Team DK beat MVP Black in qualifiers. China E-Star had visa issues. That's what it was. Thank you, Kage. Doesn't matter because Murky won the game. In all fairness, that is correct. Murky did win the game. Absolutely. I agree with you. Light Bomb going to be coming out here. Falling Sword as well. Going to be actually leaped around here. Mason Blaze in the backline getting targeted by that. That's going to be a lot of damage onto Jet, who's actually not able to make it out alive right there. Ray so very low, getting healing from the friendly team. The Sacred Ground is going to be coming out as well from the Urel. 50 armor out for those members, and that's going to be the slow coming out from Virtuoso as well. They're trying to turn this around, or at least start to pressure the enemy team back further, as they already got that one kill on the Lunara. They've got this point right now. Does Ray have the brush stock up and available? Let me click on the Dahaka. Yes, they can brush stock into top lane if they wanted to. NA Fear is the most wholesome NA player. He always wins in my heart, not in game. Insane. Shouldn't have visa issues then. Easy. Oh, yeah, of course. As someone who has known a lot of friends who have had to deal with visas, oh boy, they are rough. I mean, and that's on like the education side. Like, I have friends who taught in the US and they were from Poland. Oh wow, it's a lot of good combos coming onto Kabiko right now. That's gonna be Shredder coming in here, trying to do their best to push them off. That's also going to be the Lornado. They're doing a great job, but unfortunately Yonner steps forward. Gonna go ahead and Goomba them. Leaping strikes coming out from this Lunar will confirm the kill onto Yonner's right there. They might have overstepped right here. No mosh pit up and available for 45 seconds. Sacred Ground going to be used by John Knight right there. Ray taking a lot of damage. The tongue drag goes out and they go down. Thistle, can you make it out alive? Avenging Wrath forward. That's going to be Thistle chase. They get the kill onto Anduin in the bottom left here. Ooh, can you get it, John Knight? The righteous, sorry, just the righteous hammer. Did they get like some increased? Okay, that's what it, like the Templar's verdict. I was just like, that is a lot. Right, is that right? Templar's verdict, yeah. Wow, like Yonner's popped off right there, but unfortunately that, it's a pretty late fight and it looks like they're gonna try and end right here. Li Ming up in 7 seconds. She'll be the only one up, but it's going to be way too late at that point. John Knight already going to be popping that Sacred Ground, and that looks like it's going to be game number 1 going over to the members of n0b0, Esprouts. GG. Well played. Look at that. That's that private dance just for the core. GG, well played. Carpe Bedlam, how you doing, bud? If has no place in competition, only thing that matters is who won. That's fair to say. Unless the observer pauses the game for 5 minutes. No, I'm just kidding. That was a really good game. I don't want to take anything away from anybody. Like that's my whole thing. Like I don't mean to like I don't want to say like, oh, NA, like, oh, you didn't technically win. And I know it does sound like that, but in my opinion, there is a little bit of an asterisk right there because that's, I mean, if the tournament isn't properly staged in the sense that the right players aren't there, or the players who earn their spot aren't there, that feels a little easier. And I don't know. You sure that the private dance wasn't for the 69 viewers? ETC's dance right there is for the 69 viewers, yes. I agree with everybody. Like I'm not trying to like dog anyone's opinion or anything like that. I think the games were always good. I think more of my argument is just I wish I could have seen the full teams there and seen what that result would have looked like. Anyways, let's get some messages out to teams because I need to figure out who wants what. And Virtuoso, there you are. Let's get this team score updated as well. But seriously, thank you all for hanging out. If you haven't followed the channel already, please go ahead and do so. I do a lot of casting here for the Nexus Gaming Series, as well as many other leagues. Matt, from you, they want first pick. Thanks for the cast. You're welcome. Thanks for watching. I really appreciate everyone who's just watching and hanging out. Mason actually too strong? Oh, his name is pronounced Tythul? Tythul? Thank you. Oh no, what is this? Yes. Thank you, Kaleo. Alright. How's everyone's Storm League experience been? I just played 2 games earlier today and they weren't too bad. was pretty comfortable. Tythel being pronounced wrong is tradition, Rio says. Rio, stay out of this. See, now you can't give me this many different pronunciations. Go, John. Okay. Yo, Ember, how you doing, bud? I mean, welcome to my stream where I'm going to pronounce most people's names wrong. Cool. All right, we got a lobby. Or, well, I have to make a lobby, but we got a map. There we go. This is going to be chosen by them because they wanted that. So there's going to be that. Cool. Boop, boop. Okay. Let's get people in our lobby. I think they all use the same icon, if I'm not mistaken, so I can just invite everybody. Right? Yeah. All of them use the same icon, and all of them use a different one, so that works out perfectly for me. Talthul. Oh, and see now we're just throwing whatever. Thistle sounds good. In my defense, it's the internet. I've had people message me and be like, hey, that's not how you pronounce my name. And I'm like, but that's how it's spelled. They're like, but I want it pronounced differently. And I'm like, but what? I'm here because Baha knows how to say my name. Yes, Kage Kiri. Do you know what's funny? The first time I ever met Kage, which I don't think I ever had an interaction or many interactions with him before, it was at dorm, and I walked into a bar. I walked into God, what is the name of that bar? Not Story Tavern. That's in Burbank. It's the game bar, and I can't think of the name of it. Anyways, I walked in this bar. I meet up with all like the people from Heroes Hype and everyone who's like hanging out there. And Kage comes up to me and is just like, "It's not Caged Corgi, it's Kage Kiri." And I was like, "Oh, hi, nice to meet you." Oh my god. Hollis, how you doing? Thanks for coming by. We're just gonna go with Ty for said player from now on, because that's all I know I can pronounce correctly. Every time I see your name, I think it's Gerbils. I'm sorry. Yo, Bean, how's it going? What's the lore behind this boss? Nani? Don't be sorry, embrace it. Oh, I'm not so much sorry as I'm just like, hey, this is my stream and I'm gonna get your name wrong. Sorry. See, it's gonna happen. Just gonna apologize. I was raised too close to Canada. It just came across the Detroit River. All right, I think John had hat for the left-hand side. Give them a stream link. Teams are. I don't have to prove anything when I'm not playing. Embrace the gerbil. All right, one team is ready. All of that's good. I've got all my stuff set up in the background. Alrighty. We're going to get going here in just a second. If you are enjoying the stream, as I said, please go ahead and hit that follow button if you haven't already. Do a lot of casting. I hope you enjoy it all, but we got ourselves a game number 2. Let's go ahead and get on into it. We're going to give him a spooky worm, and let's hit that start button. Everyone, I hope you're ready. What could be our final map of the evening is going to be... Did I not push? There we go. Welcome back to our game number 3. We are heading into Infernal Shrines. Thank you all so much for joining me. If you're sitting at home and you're wondering how to pronounce most of the players' names, but then you just realized you haven't been watching stream long enough and you're like, wait, why are we in Infernal Shrines? Don't worry. I got you. The home team this evening is going to be the members of Yikes S tier. They lost the coin flip. First pick priority, or excuse me, n0b0 Esprouts went ahead and opted for first pick priority in game number 1. They banned out Braxis Holdout as well as Alterac Pass. Yikes S tier went ahead and banned out Volskaya and Towers of Doom. Dragonshire was the first map chosen by Yikes S tier and won by them. They opted for first pick on the side of n0b0 Esprouts once again, and so the pick goes over to Yikes S tier, and they went ahead and take us to Infernal Shrines. We got another Infernal Shrines game on our hands, everybody. Let's go ahead and find out what we get ban-wise. Sylvanas and Junkrat once again. Ana and... Do we get an Anubarak ban here? Spooky Worm, the best worm. What? I'm sorry I'm late. My mom made extra cake. What? What's going on in chat? What is this? No. I'm gonna focus on this. Jaina gonna be picked up here on the right-hand side. They get rid of that Diablo as well. Joanna and Urel, a 1-2 snap coming out from the members of Yikes S tier, showing that they're that's all they want. They want their main tank and they want their solo lane. They're like, and it's a little surprising because a lot of teams in the past, they want to hold off on this solo lane because they're not sure of their prowess within the solo lane, and maybe this is showing that John Knight's like, all right, cool, like I'm good, like I can play Urel, doesn't matter what they play, I've played against this other solo laner, I'll be fine. Speaking of, Chen's gonna be picked up here. Wandering Keg, please? Please. I doubt we get it, but still. Tell me more about cake. What kind of cake? Yeah, I want to know about cake as well. Ban, sorry, let's actually focus on the draft. I no joke, like, she made chocolate pudding cake. It sounds so good. It sounds so good right now. Chat's so hot right now. Yeah, it's about cake. Cake and Here's the Storm. Woo! Yellow cake, mixed chocolate chips. Wait, oh, okay. I love you all so much in chat. You're ridiculous. Alex Strauss is to be banned out here. We have not been focusing on draft at all. She has a lot of great prowess around the shrines and the control that she can bring into the... Okay. Volatassadar. Volatassadar, a pretty good combo, I'm not gonna lie. Also, the fact that you do oh, that's terrifying. That is really terrifying. Uther main tank, so the stun, lockdown, burst potential coming out from the members of n0b0 Esprouts, so very strong right there. Left-hand side, Yikes S tier. What are you gonna be picking up for this last pick? Do they go for the double support? Tassadar, are you solo support? No, you're not solo supporting. Bloodlust? We have the most Pepe of hands. Can I just get Pog slides in chat? That's all I want. Just Pog slides. All the Pog slides. I actually really do like the draft so far from both these teams. The double support might be a good answer into the aggression and the stun and the burst potential coming out from n0b0 Esprouts, but can Yikes S tier deal with just all this? Yo, Ziltoid, thank you so much for the host. Welcome everyone from Ziltoid's stream. Thank you, my friend. Hope you had a wonderful time. Uther main tank, Day, how you doing? Thanks for coming by. I hope you're having a wonderful day. And I hope your pupper's doing wonderful as well. Barking at that door for no reason. All the Pog slides. All the Pog slides, yes. Just Pog slides. Just a wall of Pog slides. That's all we need. That's it. Chat, I love you. We're loading in here just really quickly. Thank you for hanging out. I like how I picked up my coffee mug and didn't take any. I didn't drink any. Alrighty. Yeah. Rhaegar's going ancestral. Nobody's brave enough to go bloodlust. Bean, I saw a bloodlust game not a couple weeks ago, and I loved it. Feed bet on Ty? Oh my god. Let's get into this. That's what she's good at, barking at doors. Yeah, Bandit growls at empty doors as well. Mason Blaze on this left-hand side is going to be playing for Yikes S tier on that Tassadar. Shredded Oof is going to be on the Joanna. Jet will be on the Vala. John Knight going to be on the Urel. And Kubiko rounds out the team on that Rhaegar. On the right-hand side, we got the members of n0b0 Esprouts down one, trying to take us to game number 3. Ray going to be on the Chen, who definitely will be taking Wandering Keg. Yanners will be on the Jaina. Virtuoso will be on that Uther. We have Bernie Byrne going to be on the Anduin once again, and Ty, because we're just going to go for the short version, is going to be on the Kerrigan. Let's go ahead and also look at our level 1 talents really quickly, get an idea of what those look like, as we are going to be seeing some start to our rotations. We'll see the solo lanes break off momentarily, but a little bit of a brawl right now in the mid lane. Combo coming out from the Kerrigan, locking down one, but that's going to be the Joanna just fine, just eating that damage and able to walk out just fine. Kaleo, thanks for coming by. Thanks for hanging out. I hope you have a wonderful night, my friend, and I hope that your team fight tactic games are a blast. Thanks for coming by. Thanks for clipping, and just thanks for being you. Ray and John Knight going to be our 1v1 in the top lane. We'll take a peek at this here and there. Yawner's on Jaina low? Why is that low? Spray as they managed... Oh, look, just... That just like, yeah, I made it out alive. Kerrigan dies 4 times. Is that what you're saying? Does he even play Jaina? Dang. Chat ruthless tonight. Let's actually get a double vision onto both these camps as they are going to be going for these right now. 2-2 in our levels. We are going to be seeing them. Let's actually jump over the vision for Ty right now. Shredder Doof does walk over here, but they're not going to be stepping up onto that camp. And we're going to be seeing the same thing. On the left-hand side, they go ahead and grab that as well. And now we just break back into our rotations. Look at Rhaegar, though, in our bottom lane. k0b0 going to be soloing on this. And that's the other thing that is really great about Rhaegar, and I didn't note it in the draft whatsoever, is that he can solo camps extremely well. And that lightning bond, especially with the electric charge at level 1, just... good way to continue to get damage out and also pick up these camps. Let's jump into our... I was gonna say let's jump into our top lane, but I was thinking there's a fight breaking out in bottom lane. Let's check out John Knight versus Ray really quickly. I'll keep an eye on the minimap, see if there's a fight that does break out anytime soon. But seems like there's just gonna be playing it safe between the two of those players. Ray does get scouted out in this bush, and like between these two heroes, I really don't think there's a whole lot of damage. Also, there's a lot of good self-sustain between the two of them. Meanwhile, in mid, Virtue also getting dove on the slowing totems there, and the shield glare doesn't yield them a kill. Another little spray as they make it out alive. And Paler camp coming through. 2 minutes and 22 seconds into this game. We should be seeing teams break off and go for their bruiser camps momentarily, as the objective will be popping up. There you see it right there. Going ahead and grabbing that on the left and the right. And our Mortar Punisher will be announced and coming back in 24 seconds. Yawner's going to hearth back and get full on mana. Shredder Doof's going to do the same thing. Mason Blaze going to be actually clearing out this bottom lane. Something we also didn't touch on or talk about in draft is Tassadar on this map. He actually has a ton of value. In Europe, which I got to cast a little bit of some of those, like I got to catch some of the European games for Heroes Hype, because they shared the replays over with me, and I was watching through those and I was casting some of them, and the big thing I noticed is they play a lot of Tassadar on maps like this where you're going and you're poking from a distance. Like for example, also we see it often on Towers of Doom. It's a great map for Tassadar where you can poke. He doesn't have a lot of great auto attack damage, but look at what he's bringing to the table right now with just these Psionic Storms, and also just buffing out anyone who needs a little extra shielding, as that's going to be a lot of damage onto John Knight, who's able to cycle out right there. Going to use that Righteous Hammer to hit a few minions. They do have the Aegis of Light at level 4, so they're going to be able to give that healing, or that, excuse me, the armor over to the friendly members as they use that. I wonder if we actually see the Holy Avenger, I believe is the name, at level 7 instead of the Divine Steed, so that way they can get the cooldown reduction when they hit enemies. With them brawling so much like this, I wonder if that's a viable direction to go in. We will be getting those 7s momentarily, but it's 24-26 in the Skeletal Defenders, really, really close within the race between these two teams. A lot of damage going to Shredder Doof. Can they find the kill? That's going to be first blood of the game going over in favor for the members of n0b0 Esprouts, and they will control his entire Mortar Punisher and pick it up. First one of the game going over in their favor. They do have a camp pushing against them in top, but it didn't get to the front gate, and Ray will be able to clear this out very, very easily. Wow. Keep that camera top, all the action right there. Who doesn't love a wet pool? Kage! Yeah, it is a bit of a pool noodle fight up there, but we do have this Immortal pushing in, and it's pretty much what you'd expect from a first Immortal of the game. It's just going to be able to, it'll be baited over the wall, they'll get a little bit of front gate damage, and they actually don't take it down completely. Yeah, they do now. A little bit left. Still, we do see this top lane getting pushed in by John Knight and actually getting a ton of value, as the Shaman did go down, taking down the front gate right there. And a big thing to note here is, while we kind of have this lull in the game, we'll cycle through some of the other numbers and look at what those stats look like, but I want to highlight something very important here, and you'll see a lot of these teams go for it, taking down the front gate. Obviously, that's a big win on any map in any situation, because you're opening up the map further to chase and giving the enemy team you're denying them some, like a retreat area or a safe area. Nice leap of faith coming out from Bernie Burn right there to keep the friendly members alive. But so if you take that down, not only can you chase further, but it means that that Punisher, as we saw in that first one, doesn't get that bait over the wall, and then they get to burn it down and pull it to the backside of the fort, also avoiding their well. This is something you'll often see teams pull it to this top direction, so they get the tower shots from that front gate as well as the tower shots from the fort. The fort will anchor most of that damage, then they can burn it down while the enemy team works in the front gate, not able to then step further forward with that Punisher. Now, if the front gate is down and the Punisher is in the, let's say, for example, the next Punisher's in top lane, which it is. If they manage to grab this on the side of Yikes S tier, this means that the Punisher and the team will all be able to move in through this area, through that, into that fort range and take down the fort, as well as potentially step forward and utilize the Punisher for kills. So that's the big thing that I want to highlight, because we're just making rotations. We're looking for experience. We can just highlight some of this information. Oh, Virtuoso, do you get caught out right here? There's no Blessed Shield to lock him down further. Able to make it out. Did they step further forward in lane than necessary? Ironskin going to be just... The timing for Ironskin right there was so good from Shredded Oof, just to be denying all of the setup that Kerrigan was trying to bring to that table right there. Well, they're looking for Ty once again. Can they get this Kerrigan? They managed to find it. That pushes them into 10s as well. Half a level lead in favor for the members of Yikes S tier. Once again, the sacred ground for this Yrel. And now I've never seen a Yrel take sacred ground except for John Knight. Apparently, I gotta cast more Yikes S tier. And I'll do the same if, you know, n0b0. Oh, yeah, I'm never casting them again. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah. Ooh, wait, hold on. Can you put Light Bomb on Wandering Keg? Sorry, I just had a thought. I don't know if it's worth it, but, like, would it be worth it? Chat. I'm sure someone's done this and it's just like, Bahamut, no, you're a potato. That's dumb. Don't do that. Because, I mean, that's like the same argument as being like, oh, I'm going to take Falling Sword for Light Bomb. Which we talked about, and Blessed Shield is so strong, and I get it, but... I just want any reason for there to be a Wandering Keg in a game. That's really about it. Top lane is going to be having the Shrine popping up here, and let's see who's able to grab it right now. We're going to pull away talents, and we'll check those out as we do end this, and we move back into the push in that lane, but yes, you can. Is it worthwhile, Kage? See Ancestral? Yeah, I know. It's no bloodlust. I like to bring those things up in draft because it's fun to dream. Like when I mentioned, like, if anyone bans out of Malthael in the 1-2 area, I'm just like, it's a Cho'Gall! That's gonna be also the Chastise coming out from Bernie Burn. They step forward onto the Shredded Oof, taking a lot of damage. Needs to cycle out. Jet the same way. Good healing coming out from Kabiko right now, but they're dominating this. Actually, I would say they're dominating this on the side of Yikes S tier, who most of them I think are going to just tap well. Look at Jet. Jet's health is so very high already, but they're going to tap well. This is something that a lot of teams have done, and I've learned from a lot of teams, pre-tapping before a fight, so that way you have some of that extra bar healing you up consistently. Divine Shield goes out onto this Kerrigan, who pops the Maelstrom. That's going to be the Light Bomb going out from Ray, connecting onto a couple right there. Mason Blaze is in that Archon form, and they're going to be getting the Ancestor healing from Kabiko, and that's going to be Shredded Oof not getting that, and they go down right there. Sacred Ground not going to be enough, but they trade out the Kerrigan for the Joanna. Can they get Virtuoso on this Uther? They will have Ghost Heals. Slows go out into Ray, and they're just trying to make their way out of here. This will be second Punisher of the game in favor for the members of Yikes S tier, and as I said, this is going to be... There's no front gate right here, so they can move in with this. We do see that the John Knight is already going to be rotating into mid lane. Chen going to be down there as well. The wet pool noodle fight. There we go. It continues to break out. We're just going to check out this Punisher, as this is the value that I was talking about. Now they're chasing this out. Now they can take down this fort. They got a minion wave with them as well. And the Punisher actually getting baited towards the keep? Yeah? Did they manage to pull that off, or is it going to go back to the fort? Smoosh minion. No, it goes to the keep front gate. They get it baited over right there, but they say, you know what, that's cool, 62%. Let's rotate and let's potentially get a pick onto Chen. They scout this out, but they also, here's the thing, they've got a great minion wave here, so now with the team already here and the enemy team showing in top, they know that they can push this in. Let's actually show the vision right now, get an idea of what they're seeing. You can see how many people they're seeing right now. They know that Yonners is Hearthing, so they want to go for this burn. Look at Shredded Oof's posturing as well. This is what you can do as a tank in your own games. They're not super far forward, but they're at least anchored up enough in that lane to try and, one, get the experience, and two, get the scouting for the enemy team as they do step forward. They should have the Iron Skin to be able to pop that if necessary, if anyone walks towards them. But a great back and forth so far. 10 minutes into the game. We're looking at 3-2 in kills. 2 forts down? 2 forts down. We'll see what happens to what Chess says after I throw him on Chen. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Oh, nice leap of faith right there. That was a really, really good leap of faith, just to keep them safe and not have to stagger out of death. But now, with the friendly team all arriving, they want to try and take this fight. They want to punish a bit of this. That's going to be nice sacred ground, but that was the late bomb coming out as well. They're able to walk right out of that sacred ground, dealing, just mitigating so much. Is it spell armor and physical armor? I think it's both, is it not? Gaining armor, 50 armor until she leaves. So it's just, I think it's just physical. Ancestor healing at the clutch moment onto the she should have died twice right there. Chen, I think, ended up ending the Storm Within Fire, and they start to turn this around. Mason Blaze will be able to go ahead and pop the Archon form, and that's going to be the D-Shield onto the Kerrigan, who also uses the Maelstrom. They turn this around. Joanna, the first one to go down. Ty is doing a really great job. That's going to be the Rain of Vengeance from Jet right there. They back right out. Easy. Easy pick for the members of n0b0 Esports. Esprouts. Old man Rigney, thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate that, my friend. Glad you're enjoying the stream. Glad you're enjoying the content. You're all going to be in top lane, clearing out these this shaman camp that's going to be pushing up here. And if left to their own devices, these shaman camps do a lot of damage. I didn't look at the timing on the Punisher, but we shouldn't be too far up. I think we should be like a minute or so before we get this Frozen Punisher announcement. So far, Yikes S tier has gotten a lot of these, but the game dynamic could shift with that 13-16 talent tier area on the side of n0b0 Esprouts. They're trying to take a fight before 16's hit, and you can definitely tell. It's showing. They were like, all right, if we can take this fight, then maybe we can get a pick, then we can change the dynamic back in our favor. And it ain't happening. Thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate that, 8-year-old. Shredded oof, stepping. Ooh. Wait, there's the... I was waiting. I was like, do we get the Blessed Shield here? That's going to be the Leap of Faith pulling them back in. They're going to chase further into this. Light Bomb goes out, but the Uther goes down before it goes off right there. Jaina did finish the Ice Block, so they have that up and available. Excuse me, Frostbite. They're chasing further in. This Maelstrom's going to be used right there, but no Divine Shield is up and available because Uther is dead. And now they want to get another pick here potentially, but they're not able to find Ty, and they end up getting out with some 400 health. Shrine activatable. They got that pick, and now they're going to push him back further. Well played by n0b0. Yeah, to save everyone. Can they even without Ultralisk? I don't know if I don't know how many, if any, Ultralisk games I've ever seen. I feel like it's always Maelstrom. But 16s are here for the left-hand side. We'll take a peek at those after we do see our deaths and such. Looks like we are going to be getting some split pressure coming out from Jet and John Knight for the top lane. A little bit late on this, but see, they're kind of holding. They're just letting Rhaegar deal with this, and Rhaegar has great clear, but they just want to be able to also grab some lane pressure consistently as well. Catapults are going to be cleared out, or excuse me, periodic catapults through top lane will be cleared out by that Chen. They've got more pressure into mid, a Punisher in the bottom, and a Shaman in top lane. Yikes S tier are on a roll. They've got great momentum. Can they go beyond just the keep right here? Look at the enemy team just right behind the gate, ready and waiting to go. Let's get the vision for the members of Yikes S tiers. They are going to be making this approach, see what they can see, and see how they play this and make their decisions. So they get the front gate. Punisher gets baited over. They have this now attacking the keep. And this is a frozen Punisher, which means it is going to be locking down the towers for 2 seconds when it hits those abilities. Sacred Ground was used by the Aurora right there, but she immediately leaves it, right? As we do have that Chen stepping forward in the Storm Earth and Fire form. Ty is... Oh, they don't get the Blessed Shoot, but they still step forward. They're trying to look for this. That's the D-Shield and the Maelstrom going to be coming out. Or I think that was the Light Bomb. There's the Maelstrom. The D-Shield is already going to be over right there. And Sister Healing onto John Knight. Huge Rain of Vengeance onto a couple, and they're just trying to get Ray right now, who has a lot of stagger damage on them. Leap of Faith pulls one out of the live. Ray goes down, and Chen, whoa, the Punisher with the jump right there as they do find the Uther as well as, well, there's the Yanners is unfortunately gonna ice block. Well, not so much unfortunately, but they stay alive for a couple seconds. That is going to be the Punisher going down. Core rapidly falling, and it looks like we are going to be ending right here. 2-0 for Yikes S tier for the heroic division matchup. GG. First, they gotta get some better KDA. As Tassadar tickles the core. GG, well played. I've been drinking tea and it's 9:30. I'm not gonna go to bed tonight. I'm 100 years old. Let's get a interview with one of these players, and we'll wrap this up because it has been 3 hours, and I am so pooped. Thank you all for hanging out. I really do appreciate it. Kage, I know we said we would do a replay cast tonight, but it is 9:30. I did not expect it to go this late. I gotta sleep. GG's. Hey, here, Sherbot. How you doing, bud? But let's get this interview really quickly, and then we'll go ahead and go from there. Sorry, I just need to find who wants. Okay. Let me jump into a voice channel. Whew. Does Bloodlust affect Ultralisk? I wish it did. Thanks for understanding, Kage. I feel really like I feel really bad about it. Sorry, dude. I'm sure you're looking forward to it. I'm wiped. Okay. But don't go anywhere, everyone. We're going to be getting an interview here with Kabiko in just a second, and then we got some little house cleaning items, and then we're going to host someone else over. So don't go anywhere. Stay tuned. We are currently going to be joined. I just got to update their audio. We're going to be joined by Kabiko at this time. Congratulations on your 2-0 victory. How you feeling, bud?
Feeling pretty good, man.
That was a really, really good series. Thank you so much all for waiting so we could cast that wonderful matchup. Now, let's jump over to Dragonshire. Game number 1, a really good back and forth coming out from these teams, and it seemed like there was... it seemed very fair back and forth early game that Dahaka had some great plays. John Knight was doing a great job in top lane as well. What was it that kind of brought the power into your favor? Was it just a couple good rotations? Was it those Dragonites? Was it the denial of the second Dragonite? Can you talk about that game 1? Because it seemed very even, and then there was just like a power spike, and that was it.
Yeah, I definitely feel like with our basically we just kept on trying to push for small leads.
Okay.
Like the whole game, we were just trying to get like the next bruiser camp, and then try to push with it, and then rotate, try to out-rotate them so we could get another little advantage. And then once we hit 10s, we kind of just like started snowballing our advantage a little bit. And basically every fight, we kind of tried to wait out like the other team's heroics, and then we try to re-engage. Because like once you get ahead, the other team has to start trying to take down fights, and then that's where you just try to catch a mistake. And that's kind of just what we had to do.
It was really well played. Like your team was super coordinated, and I loved it right there. Excuse me. Jumping over into game number 2, they have this composition, they start to build, and they pick up this Chen, they have this Kerrigan with this Uther, and that's, if they can get locked down, they can blow up one hero. That's a really devastating composition. Were you worried about their composition at all? Did you have any sort of game plan to deal with that? Can you talk about the setup for game number 2? Because it seemed like, at least on my end, I've watched a lot of these games, it's a very dominant composition. Your team seemed to kind of brush it off in a sense.
Yeah, as for that, we really were kind of just focusing more on our own picks that draft, you know what I mean? Like, we wanted to try to work on Bala Task some, like, because we feel like it's pretty meta right now.
Okay.
And it's good into most things, and it's especially good on Shrines, because that's when Task gets a lot of value. Like, their comp is very scary, but our picks were actually really good into that. We had Rhaegar for the single target saves. We had Joe, so I didn't need to like worry about healing the tank too much.
Mm-hmm.
And we had Task, so like if they dive our backline, then it's like okay.
Yep.
And Tastar can help me save one person. So our comp was very geared towards being like able to deal with their comp really.
And it worked out really, really good. It was such a fun matchup to watch, and it seemed very in control for your team, and especially in this game number 2, really, really just on point. The synergies and the shot calling was great. Not to take away from the enemy team at all, but just you took it in a 2-0 fashion, and it was a very, very well played matchup. Before I let you go, any shots that you'd like to give? The floor is all yours.
All right.
You gotta find your document.
Finally casting one of our games, man.
There's too many teams.
Dude, where you been at? But yeah, shout out to you for casting us. Shout out to my team especially. Everyone just played really solid. Shout out to the other team. They played really well as well too. Yeah. Thanks everybody. This was a lot of fun.
Well, thank you so much for the interview. Thank you so much for the games, and I can't wait to see you further down in the Nexus Gaming